I can't wait to tell you the legend of EMT Eddie. Now, yesterday we talked about the importance of reverse engineering, going from your destination and working your way backward to today. And probably the best, or maybe the worst example of not reverse engineering is the legend of EMT Eddie. Let me explain. I was covering a senior class. So at the end of the class, when we had nothing left on the agenda, we're just waiting for the bell to ring, I asked the seniors what their plans were after graduation, and that is when I met Eddie. Now, Eddie said he was going to go to community college, I don't remember which one, to get his EMT certification. Now, most people that I know who pursue EMT certification are using it as a stepping stone. They want to become a firefighter, an ER technician, or a paramedic, or something like that. So I assumed that's where Eddie was headed. So I asked him, do you eventually want to become a firefighter? And he surprised me when he said no. Now, my wife is a nurse. My mom is a nurse. My grandmother was a nurse. Pretty much everybody in my whole family works in the medical field. So I happen to know that comparatively speaking, EMTs don't make as much money as other jobs in the medical field. So I asked Eddie if there was more to his plan. And of course, he said no. Eddie told me that his cousin was an EMT, and he said it was a good job, his cousin's doing well, and he's going to be like his cousin. And you know what? I said, great. But just to be safe, I asked him this question. I said, do you know how much EMTs make? He didn't. Now, remember what I said yesterday about maps versus GPS. He had a destination in mind, which is good, but he didn't have all the details. And so I had Eddie open his Chromebook and do a quick search. And I told him to look up EMT pay in the state of California. I don't think he liked what he saw, because I asked Eddie if he'd be happy making that money for the rest of his life, and he told me he wasn't really sure. So then I told Eddie to open a new tab. This time, look up LVN, Licensed Vocational Nurse. Very different number. A very different number. I told Eddie that with about one more year of school, he could make about 50% more money every year. And then I asked him, which one of these looks better to you? And Eddie was shocked. He couldn't believe there was such a huge difference in income with just one more year of schooling. The point is, you have to do your own research. You have to be clear on the destination, the pay, the hours, the demand, the trends, real data. And once you have a real clear picture of the destination, that's when you can reverse engineer and look at your steps. You have to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and that's the kind of research we will do in CCR World History. After Eddie looked up the LVN pay versus EMT pay, I told him to look up one more thing, and tomorrow I'll tell you exactly what that was and how it changed Eddie's life.